Say What They Can't Radio.
Welcome to the Now What podcast, Navigating Life in Your 40s. I'm your host, Tasha Monique, and let me introduce you to my guests. Traveling all the way from Brooklyn.
Straight like that.
Boom. Right? Straight off the block. We go way back. Mr. Balky, thank you for joining me. And
welcome.
A new friend of my friend. Listen, she no glow, okay? This is Miss Samantha. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Okay. This is episode 17 titled, Who's Next? All right, now let's get into it, okay? So everybody already know by now, this is season 2. The only way to be on my show is you have to be 40, okay? So you looking at 40's finest right now, okay? Look real hard because black don't crack, okay? Now, Balky, what's the best advice you've ever received now that you're 40?
Just do whatever that you want to do. I mean, unless it's like nothing wrong, but whatever that you wanted to do, just do it. Because like traveling, you waiting on people to go with you, and you know, people finances, I understand. People finances may be different, but if I wait on someone, I'm gonna miss out on my fun and my opportunity to do something. And
that part.
And for years, I used to wait for people to come with me somewhere, and I don't get to go. So now that like as soon as I got my passport, first trip I took out by myself.
I was supposed to ask you that. Did you go by yourself?
Went by myself. So right now I'm 3 international trips in, and each one I went by myself.
Where did you go? Where was the first place you went by
The first
yourself?
one I went to Dubai. Actually, so I had a client out there and I went to train them. So I trained them for a few days, and after that, straight expedition.
Train? What we train for? Right?
Personal training. Right.
I got
Physical
my body
training,
right. I
yeah.
got my 6-pack up under here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I might need your services.
Oh, girl,
She's
yes.
graduating soon.
Yes. Link up with Balky, okay?
Right.
First of all, shout out to all of the 40-plus-year-old entrepreneurs. That's what my show is about. You know, I feel like we are the unforgotten market. Like, we still got shit going on. We're still out here doing it. Don't count us out, okay? Entrepreneurs up here doing
Straight
it.
like that.
Day after day. But kudos to you, not waiting, because you know how it is. You'll start out and be like, yo, 10 people. Yo, y'all want to go to Dubai?
Yep.
No, yeah, we going to go. Soon as you mention the first payment.
But, you know, people have interest in different things. So I can see like some of my peers would probably rather go to the club or, you know, other places and, you know, spend their money on that. I want to say waste their money because that's what they enjoy doing.
Right, yeah.
So they would take their money and go say, hey, you know what? They'd rather go spend $1,000 in the club on a bottle of champagne. I'm like, yo, son, you know that $1,000 right now could get you to at least Colombia hotel and have a good time or whatever. Even I haven't been to Colombia, but I'm just using that as an example. That $1,000 could go a long way. And that's what I.
You
that's my
drink
advice.
in Colombia for $1,000.
No, wait. Let me just interject for a second because it's not even just with the passport thing, like what you were saying, like nowadays, even just regular trips, like, you know, over here, like people say they'll go, and then at the last minute, you going by yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I actually years ago was going to Miami. I asked like 6 different girls. And I was the nucleus. So they didn't necessarily all know each other. And this was years ago, but this is when my eyes started opening up like yours.
Okay.
And I'm going to be honest, they were like, okay, when we get our income tax check, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. So February came, I got mine. And I'm talking to all of the girls, and we supposed to go for like July. Not one other girl. And then I had one main girl who kept asking me like every 2 weeks, all the way until the day before I was supposed to take my flight. I'm like, but are you coming? Yes, I'm. She said, are you still going by? You going by yourself? Are you still? I said, yes, I paid, and I had to get on the plane. This is when I was afraid of flying, and I had a layover going and coming. So I had to go to Miami by myself, and this girl almost raped me in the room. That's a whole nother story.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so I don't even like going places. See, that's what I said. As women, I don't like going places by myself.
I I am taking a solo trip this year, but just I said I'll start local
Okay.
before I do something big international. And I said, oh, sorry. When I do go somewhere, I'll go somewhere familiar that I've been to a few times before I go abroad. Did you enjoy yourself? And did you meet some interesting people along the
Yeah.
way on that trip?
Even on the flight alone, well, when I was going to Dubai, the flight was pretty empty, so I got to stretch out
Oh,
by
nice.
myself. So I'm
Okay.
like, man, I was walking past, I was like, yo, gotta up my game, get into them first class of business flights. But when I was back there, I was good by myself. I stretched out.
Right.
You know, it was a good long straight flight.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then I guess my second trip was the Cayman Islands. It's more of like a business trip. I met up with some people out there, looking and teaching me about the real estate out there. And then for my birthday, I treated myself to went to Cairo.
Oh, for 40.
Yep.
Nice.
So,
That's
was
exactly. One monkey don't stop, no show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do it alone if you have to. And
Yes.
at the end of the day, at this big age, when do you enjoy your own company? Like,
Yes,
why are we
yes.
waiting on people?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm a loner. I am a loner.
Right. Sometimes I enjoy myself all the time.
Yes.
By
Right.
myself. I go
Yes.
to dinners, movies, trips. I will go to a Broadway show and
Yes.
disrupt your
Yeah.
whole
Yes.
little section.
Yeah.
I'm front row, right in between
Yeah,
everybody
definitely.
else. Like, who got that one seat? Me, sorry. Y'all want to sit together? I just need this seat. And we
Right?
can swap.
Yep.
All the time.
I sum it up because if you wait, you're gonna be late. Sure, like
Yes.
that. You ain't
Yes.
gonna do
Hello.
it.
Out.
Yes, you're
You
not
will
going
miss
to do
out.
it. Kick fear right in the ass.
Right.
Do it. Okay. It
Straight
is
like
the
that.
best thing that you could ever do for yourself. And you just feel like, oh, I can
Even-
do it.
So even out in a business wise, right, being an entrepreneur, and you may see others in the field that may be, put together already, and you be like, oh well, you gotta work. Everybody had to work to get to a certain point, right?
Right.
It's like even a rapper maybe had to start with mixtapes,
Yes.
and then get their word, get their name out, and then all of a sudden, you may boom, their name get into the right hands, and next thing you know, they signed, right?
Right.
Maybe actors, maybe they had to do some Broadway plays, and then. But if you wait and say, "Hey, I just want to be on that stage," you got to work, got to put
Right.
that work in. So some of those don't want to put that work in, but you know what? As far as an entrepreneur, you just got to do it. Whatever that you want to do, just go do it. And if you mess up, boil it over and start all over. The experience.
That's what it's about. I feel like people sabotage themselves because
Right.
you are afraid to take the chance. But what are you afraid of? Succeeding? Like, what the fuck is going to happen?
Exactly.
It's either you going to fail or succeed. You
Right.
fail when you don't even try.
Right.
Yes. It's automatic failure.
So, yeah.
Listen, you know how many no's I hear? I be trying to get sponsors all the damn time.
Right.
You say not now. I'm going to ask you again in 6 months. I
Hello.
don't care.
That's right.
Oh no, not today. I'll come back. I'll circle back around. Like
That's right.
so.
Even the credit card people, when they deny you, they say, "Yo, come and reapply in 30 days."
Yes, I'm just on day 32. Here I
Yeah.
go again. Like
Word. Every day 30, I be calling up, "Yo, American Express, what's up, man? Yo, you ready
hello?
for me?"
Yes, it's about the process.
Right.
Starting from like having like, oh my gosh, I don't have the confidence to go somewhere by myself. I don't
Right.
have the confidence to go up and be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, you a photographer? I'm a model. Do you want to swap? Like even something as simple as that, like complimenting each other. Like you have
Absolutely.
people
Yeah.
that feel weird when somebody gives them a compliment or don't know how to compliment somebody else. Like,
Right.
stop being weird.
So it goes from like at one point in time, I used to hear people say, "Oh, no new friends." I'm like, "Nah, I ain't with none of that."
Exactly.
I'm welcoming all the new friends
Yes.
because these are the friends that you want to possibly get help you get into these better positions,
And
teach you something. You know what I'm saying? It could be, I could simplify it as a
Yeah.
math problem. You may not, none of your friends in your circle don't know how to answer that or fix that.
I am
Right.
so glad you brought that up. So, how has your friend circle changed since
Oh.
turning 40? Because I know that's different, brother.
Definitely changed. It has definitely changed. Where it goes from like those that don't want to do anything. So I'll
Lack ambition.
So I separate my friends, right? So I have these friends over here that's more into these my family orientated friends. And then I have those, I put everybody in a group. I know if I want to have fun, go out and
Who to
do
call.
certain things, I know who to call. I know I want to do something with the family, the kids, whatever. I'm gonna call this group. If I'm having something in the house, like boxing fight, hey, listen, you bring your wives,
'Cause
whatever.
you
Yeah,
can't invite everybody into
Right.
the castle.
yeah, because I'm not gonna tell my friends with their wives to mingle with my friends with their girlfriends. That next time you see them, they got a whole new joint. So I'm like, nah, you know, they probably don't look
Right,
good. So
right.
I keep my friends separated.
Good. Samantha, how has your circle changed since stepping over to the 40s?
Um, you know what? It's not even just stepping over to the 40s. I actually kind of always have problems with true friends.
Why do you think?
Just I don't know. All my life, I don't know. I don't really
Well,
have.
like holding on to these relationships, or like women in
So for
particular.
me, because I don't have any sisters, I'm the youngest of six. I have 5 older brothers.
Okay.
So growing up, I always longed for sisterhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I constantly found myself being the most genuine friend at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if that's taken as a weakness or naivety from the other people, but like they would like show me love initially, and then I would discover like shadiness, cattiness, betrayal. And
Women are
so
evil.
I really don't know.
They are. With the
Yeah, I
sisterhood
like
doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
Yes,
no,
I'm saying
listen.
it.
I see some girls, unless they being phony with each other, but I do see some girls in reoccurring, events and photo ops, and it's like they got, they're like this. You know what I'm saying? And even me knowing some of the girls, 1 minute I'm invited, the next 10 things I'm not invited. Like I personally, because that's not where my mind is to be like shady or catty or thinking negatively to betray anybody. I let the public or other people maybe evaluate a scenario that I might have gone through. They have to tell me. Asking me, I don't know, because I'm just a regular genuine person.
I
I'm
will
down to
say-
earth.
Right, shine too bright, you know.
The
Well, that's what they say, but I
sisterhood,
don't like this.
it doesn't
like that
involve a lot of
because-
people, and it's not everybody's a
Yeah.
part of the sisterhood, because I have like a strong unit, but that's you already know my best friend.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't have a best friend.
Right.
So with even
I
Glow,
have 2, and my
So-
sister don't count, so she would be 3, but it's
Well,
very small.
with Glow and I, we went to a birthday dinner with our mutual girlfriend. So we met there.
Okay.
Like our girlfriend, she was doing her grand entrance, I guess. So she was late. So Glow and I got acquainted. And then when she came in, she was entertaining her other friends, as she should.
Yeah.
Then that's when Glow and I like got really like close, even just over the
Okay.
dinner. And then she was telling me about you. So, I'm very friendly with just like the general public.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You see how fast that happens? She can pick up the vibe. But it's just that I don't know why it don't last long. And I'm not saying with Glow,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm just saying
Yeah.
overall, like I come off this way. This is who I am. I'm honest, brutally honest. I'm very apologetic. Like I'm mature. If I hurt your feelings, I'll apologize. I take accountability, like all those things. But for some reason, it's just, I don't know, down the line.
I think with
Things
any
change.
relationship, it takes work. So in order for me to have a 30-year relationship with my best friend, whom we like making moves together, like also in your friendships, if you guys are not growing together, what the hell are y'all doing? Like we bought property together. Like I
Yeah.
trust her.
I wish
She
I had
trusts
a
me.
close
We
person like that.
ride or die.
Yeah,
And
I
I
don't
have
have that.
another girlfriend like that, and then plus my sister. But it takes work,
Mm-hmm.
Like with anything, whether it's your girlfriend, it's your man, it's your parents.
Absolutely.
Like
Well,
it takes
So
work.
so wait, let me just say this. So it sounds like to me, then maybe they're not willing to put in the work with me. I don't
That's
know.
exactly what it is.
But then the other question to me is then why? Like what did I do to you,
You probably
that
didn't
made you
do-
feel like you just don't want to put in the
no,
work?
I don't think
you know what I
it's
mean?
anything that you did in particular. Sometimes people are just like life. Life is lifing. Like it's happening for all of us. They may have something going on. And then you have friends, like you said, you have like different categories, right?
Yeah.
You have those friends who, like, especially if you got friends that have young kids, they don't have no damn time. But if you find friends who have like older children, I got time. Maybe other single friends. If you boot up, my time is limited as well because
Right.
I'm with my man, I'm traveling, I'm doing whatever. But
Well, for me,
I don't want to make an excuse, but I don't even
right,
know.
yeah,
girl.
no.
It's
Because
no right answer.
I'm sorry. It's no excuse. You know why?
Right.
Let me say this real quick. When I got married, right, I moved like an hour and a half further South Jersey. I was a housewife. I had all the time in the world. They wouldn't invite me to come North Jersey to anything. And then when I would say, why you didn't invite me? Because I see something on Instagram or Facebook. Because you live too far. Now, the cars work. I never said I wouldn't come. You get what I'm saying? It just be like an excuse after excuse after excuse. And then I recently moved back. And some of the same people are still not inviting me. So now what is your excuse?
Girl,
you get what I'm saying?
you
So
don't
it's like
need that friend
I don't
circle. No.
Well, and you know what? Some people are just kind of destined to be alone in a way where they maybe can impact others. You know, when God say, "Let your light shine before all men." So some people will have that particular light that just has to shine before all men. It's not for everybody to,
Right.
you know, be with you along your journey, along your path. Like just like I feel like in life, everybody, you know, not necessarily destined for marriage or to get married. Like I have late aunts who got married, then I had a few who didn't, but they had a fulfilled life, the married ones and the ones who never got married. So for me, I don't want like life in our journey is not like a one size fit all.
No,
so
that's
I'm not,
true.
I was offended initially, but I'm not offended anymore because I could stand on my own in the gutter of Newark or the White House. I could stand on my own. Like I don't need no help.
All good. You're gonna find you a good sisterhood. It's gonna be small because you just need to be small. And then you good. Don't even worry about that, girl. We'll talk
Yeah.
offline.
Okay.
Balky, who taught you about sex?
I'm going to be.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
going
just
to
get
bed.
on into that.
Yo,
Woo.
nah, I'm gonna keep it
How
real.
did you learn about that? No, it's for
I'm
real.
gonna keep it real. So I remember like it's gonna be like show my age, but yeah, 40 plus, right? So
Yeah.
I remember my cousins, right? So we used to live on Lafayette, and you know how it is, all your cousins and everybody together. So I think like my uncle had like some cassette tapes, some VH tapes, right? So he threw them joints in, and I remember
How old were you?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I was like real young because I didn't really understand. I seen what was going on, but you know, it was funny because like my cousins and my brother were just watching it, and I'm like, oh man, look at the milk is coming out of the guy or the girl, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, as I was like real young. I probably like maybe in kindergarten. I remember like you know seeing that, and still to this day that picture still plays in my head, being in the room with my cousins. So they locked me in there with me because I couldn't go back and go tell like they
Right,
watching
right.
something. So they locked me in. So now I'm a part of it. So it was like
You tell we all in trouble.
and then you know, what we had those games we used to always play like
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven.
Boys catch the
Yeah,
girls.
yeah. Then you find yourself like, you know, you doing a little humping in the corner and everything. Then, you know, you just as you get older, things just start changing. And you know, then we had Showtime coming on that night. Remember Showtime?
I was like, wait, Showtime on
Yeah,
that
so,
cable?
like, so you know, like
yeah.
you know, you in your own room, you watching cable,
Showtime
you
after dark, yeah.
Showtime after dark, you see the little soft sex, you know, soft porn
Soft
going
porn.
on. Then you know you check it out like, oh, all right, like yo, man, when I give it a girl, that's now you know what I mean. I'm gonna knock off like that.
Oh my gosh, did your mother or your father ever talk to you about sex and teach you about sex?
No, well, mostly the closest I probably had about a sex conversation was my grandparents like, yo, don't have sex until you get married, that type of stuff.
That's
like
it.
coming from a church, you know, they is Christians.
So typical.
And they was married with 3 children. And then like my mom's side, I was mostly with my mom's side for where, you know, a lot of the children was being born, like, you know, was no married. But you know, it was couples, but you know, nobody was really married. I think I was young, went to like one marriage. My uncle got married, and I was like for years until I became an adult that I never really got to go to no other wedding. So, you know, we need to have some more black love, where it's a lot of more weddings, and a lot of people get more get married. And this, if it don't work, then hey, listen, you know, move on to the next. At least you have some honor in the situation of saying I'm married, rather than someone's. I mean, what works for you, it works for you. But rather than saying, "Oh, I'm someone's baby mother," or "I'm this someone's girlfriend for a long period of time," you know, just get married, put that honor on it, and then, you know, if it don't work out, then separate.
Do you want to get married?
I would love to be married.
Were you ever married before?
Nope.
Do you have children?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my son is 20.
I'm sorry. Not y'all grew up together and you ain't know he had kids.
Let me tell you, first of all, let's say this, right? So you see, I'm 44. He just turned 40. So you know how it is when you're younger. So 16 and
I got you.
like that makes a huge difference. You be like, he young, he a little boy. Like I'm grown, I'm an adult. And it's just a couple of years apart, but it's not until you fully cross over and become adults. You be like, oh damn,
so,
you just
know,
only 4 years younger.
Yeah. So a lot of conversations probably wasn't had.
No, not at all. You know what our relationship was? Hey, hi.
You know,
I got you.
A lot of times I'll be on the other side of town, or I'm in and out. So our complex where we grew up at have 2 sides. Yeah. So a lot of times, you know, I could be going in a whole nother side.
Yeah.
with-
And
with
over there
my
is real
sons,
busy.
you
It's
know.
real busy over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we're in
It's real
Brooklyn,
busy,
and
like-
it's just like we know each other
This is busy.
through everybody in the building, but our relationship is high. How you doing? Oh,
Yeah.
what's going
Right.
on?
And then,
look
like you said, like
nice.
with
We
with
see
your
each
age,
other.
you doing
Yeah,
your
and
own
we lived on the
thing.
same floor together.
You
He's a
did?
few doors
my
down,
goodness.
and then, but that was like in the early days, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I moved like 3 flights down. the
Yeah.
third.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
but we known each other for years, seen each other for years. But
Mm.
a lot
So
of
yes-
conversation wasn't held.
Oh, okay.
Not at
And then-
all.
so,
yes.
at all, yeah.
But
First
how
of
you
all,
see
20
kids-
years old. So
Yeah.
you're
My son is
one,
he's
you have
19.
one
My son is 19.
Oh, so he's the same.
Yeah, 19 and 16. So he be 20 in October.
You have two.
Yep. Same mom.
Two boys.
Yep.
Okay.
Amir and Amari.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay. So Karan and Amir are the same age because Karan will be 20 in February. When will your son be 20?
In October.
Oh, this year. So
October
a couple of
29th.
months. Oh my gosh. Had no idea. I didn't even think he had children.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I only know that your sister have children.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
Okay. I know his mom. Like I know like his mom and sister more than I know him, even though we all grew up in the same exact
because they're the
building.
girls though.
Is
That's
that
why it's so
accurate?
weird.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this is just facts.
But yeah, because I thought it's wild. You know, I was always on the go, moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, getting into all sort of stuff at a time.
And mad secretive.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah,
Private.
they always come like a
Secretive
ninja.
or
like,
private?
oh,
Yes,
man.
yes. Let me tell you what I'm always doing.
Right.
Watching. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, we digress. Okay. So, Samantha, what is the biggest mistake that you've made in your adult life? And what did you learn from that?
Oof, I've made so many mistakes in my
But the
adult life.
biggest, like,
The biggest mistake I feel as I reflect is not upholding my boundaries. Because
That's a
again,
good one,
I wanted, you know, like friendship and love and, even like with sisterhood or even in a relationship, I just wanted it to work. So whatever it was that I attached myself to, when the boundary started to being crossed, I just kind of like rationalized it away, and I'm hoping that the person will grow up, say sorry, turn it around. But let me tell you what my son taught me. Now he's 7, but I'll never forget this. I learned this.
you have only one son.
I have 2. I
Okay.
have one son, but I have 2 kids.
Okay.
My daughter is 20.
Okay.
So what I've learned from him at 3 years old, he went and smacked my daughter's cell phone out of her hand. I forget whatever she did to him, make him upset. So, and she was really upset about it. And I went, his name is Elijah. And I said, that wasn't nice. Go and say sorry to her. He said, no. I said, why are you not going to say sorry? He said, because I'm not sorry. So I realized that even in this life as adults or teenagers, young adults, we got to stop trying to force somebody to say sorry. Because when they say it, they don't mean it. Well, I don't want you to say it if you don't mean it. So don't say it. Because what happens is they do the fake I'm sorry and then repeat the behavior. Because they were never sorry the first time. You get what I'm saying? So for me, that's like a boundary thing right there. I don't need you to now cross my boundaries and fake the I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, because I was taught in society that if they say sorry, they're sincere. No, you
They
could
mean
just be
it,
like,
right.
I'm sorry, and then still cross the boundary because it's to your benefit. So when I think about the greatest mistake, mainly, in my lifespan, I would have to say not upholding my boundaries because out of fear sometimes of just being alone again. And I don't mean just in, like a relationship. I mean, whether it was my siblings, whether it was other family members, people at the job or at school, because, like I said, I initially come off real bubbly, and then for whatever reason, people take that as like, she might be weak. She's always
Right,
smiling.
like you'll push
So now
her
they want to,
butt.
so now they want to cross the boundary, and then I got to shut it down. But then I'm giving them another chance and another chance. So, but that has only, I've only subjected myself to different levels of abusive behavior. So I don't want to even abuse
a good
myself
one.
anymore. So if you cross the
Yeah.
boundary, you did it on purpose.
Boundaries.
'Cause
That's
you're
the
not-
second
you-
time
yeah.
I've heard that this week. Like boundaries.
No, you gotta have that in line because
Mm-hmm.
you allow someone to do something, and then when you're like tired, you can't take it anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and then you want to like, hey, you know what? I'm not allowing this no more. But they already used to doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't know no other way.
Right.
That's how they deal with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when you put your foot down in sometimes whatever fashion they want to say, sometimes they say it's an aggressive fashion. I don't mean violent, but like in an aggressive way. Like, well, I'm gonna say for me, once enough was enough. Like what he's saying. Once I put my foot down, they don't want to be my friend anymore.
Of course,
I'm the bad guy, and I'm like, but you were continuously doing this, so how am I the bad guy for now showing you that? No.
A lot of that times comes into play, like you be dating somebody and then you probably don't like somebody. You probably don't like something that person do, but you'll allow it because you actually want to, you want to
still be with them. Yeah, yeah.
And then after, like, maybe, maybe probably got what you want, or maybe that you got them locked in. Then it's like, all right, well I need to change something now. And people are like, what is this? Like, I thought this was the right to do.
Exactly.
So
yeah. So that's another thing, misleading them. When you do that, it makes them think that it's okay, even though you said it, but it's like your actions not lining up with your words. So it's like, yeah, you say you don't like this, but I crossed this boundary and you still my friend or whatever. So clearly it was just all say with you, like,
You know what? I like you brought up like the relationships part. I'm always baffled by this. What do men really want when they're looking for a woman? What do you guys want? What are you looking for?
Well, I'm not about to be the speaker for the whole nation,
I know,
the whole lifespan of men. You know what I'm saying?
Gosh,
but everybody like different things,
Yeah.
So I can't. I'm a man, but I can't represent the whole. I can't be the voice.
What are you looking for? You know, okay. What is Balky looking for? What do you like?
I knew she was going to narrow it down to you.
Because he don't want to speak
right.
for all the
In general,
men.
we got it.
I can keep it
I
to myself.
respect that.
I can speak for women. What we want, we don't know.
Right.
That's the answer. We be so freaking confused. We don't know.
No.
We know what
Some
we
of us
want.
know.
What the hell do you want though?
Some of us know.
Well, I have to always put this first. So I'm Muslim, so I always have to want to be with someone to share the same religion as me in my deen.
So that is important.
That's
so she
very
needs to be Muslim.
Well, so I could
Is it
probably I
requirement?
could get a little bit into detail. As Muslims, we can be married to either a Jew or Christian or of course a Muslim. But for me, for my household to be married to someone, I would prefer to be married to a Muslim woman. So a lot of our beliefs and morals and everything is being shared. So we're not going to do certain things, and we when it comes down, because I don't celebrate like Christmas or Thanksgiving like that. So I know like it won't be a conflict with my wife or something in the house that she would want to put up a Christmas tree or celebrate and then like
pagan
holidays.
So
it won't be a conflict of interest in a home. But it goes to like I would prefer
Benson.
I would prefer my wife and my person to be Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what if she just don't eat pork? Do she qualify?
It's a step.
Oh, okay.
It's a step because
And what if she celebrate Kwanzaa?
yeah, I mean it's a step because what happens is men normally are supposed to be like leaders of the home and caretakers of the women and children. So you lead by example. If you're doing the correct things, no one is perfect, but and with the intention, maybe you show it the right way, and maybe the woman will want to revert. I use the word revert to Islam, and will want to share that beautiful side of religion and things with you.
Question: why didn't you marry your mother?
Children's
mother?
Well, I was
the mother of your children.
I can't really. I was young, so I had my son when I was going on 21, and at that time, I just know like, hey, I wanted a kid. My mindset wasn't really on maybe one day having a wife, at least not at that point. I just know I wanted a kid. I had someone I was seeing, and boom, she pregnant.
Right.
She had a kid.
Not boom. She
Boom, she pregnant.
Boom.
Got a kid.
It's old school.
So me and my peers, all around the same time, we always, the women that we were seeing, or everybody was getting pregnant.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, whoa, hold on.
That's that Wing Chun. No.
Yeah, like hold on. Yeah, Wing Chun. Oh, nah, not Wing Chun.
Blame on Wing Chun.
Street, yeah, Wing Chun. So had my first son. Then eventually years later we had another kid together. But I didn't really get into the mindset of marriage. I didn't really know what I really would want or my expectations
That's
of a
fair.
woman.
Yeah. Because I'm
Of
sure it's
who I'm
changed.
yeah, things have changed. So of what I look for in a woman.
Right.
At that time, you just probably just dating and you ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Come on, what's up?
Right,
Come
right.
to the crib
Right,
and
right.
close that door. And
there you
at
go.
that
Right, right.
time.
Yeah.
But now it wouldn't even be that.
Right.
That's not even that type of show right now.
Right.
Would you even still consider her for marriage, or no? That's okay.
That's
That doesn't
over.
grow apart.
That's over.
Say
Nah, it's not
less.
even about a growing apart. Like I stated before, like I didn't really know what I was looking for in a woman. I just know like physical attraction.
Right.
You closing that door.
Yeah.
You come out that door. Boom, you got a belly. But now it's just different things that I
You
look
only
for.
know
in a
what
woman.
you know,
Right.
like, and that's why knowledge of itself, right? You
Yeah.
learned.
When you know better, you do
started
better.
seeking knowledge. Also, your requirements became different. You
Yeah.
became
Right.
more spiritual because I don't think you started out as Muslim, did you?
No.
Right. So
So just
perspective,
evolving.
yeah.
Overall,
Right.
just to evolve,
Yeah.
right? And that takes years. It's like how
Absolutely.
they say, like
Yeah.
how they say, like, wait, fine wine or something. It's
Yeah.
Asian. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it ain't just gonna be the same price. They just made
Exactly.
this batch, and that batch been sitting for like 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
nah, that joint right there is more
right,
valuable.
right, fine,
Exactly.
fine.
Right.
Samantha, are you willing to date a man that requires you to pay half for everything? Dates, dinner, bills, trips,
For everything.
Yeah, let's go. I'm here.
everything. Halfsies.
That's like a very trick question for me because let me explain. My experience primarily has been that the guy actually preferred to pay for everything. Like that's why I said I was a housewife for like 6
yeah.
years. I didn't go into marriage or in the relationship saying, oh, you better pay all the bills. And I didn't go into it like that. That was actually the person's preference.
Okay.
So like me coming from poverty, I wasn't raised with my father. I was raised with my 5 older brothers, and my mother was the matriarch / patriarch because she couldn't be too soft with the boys either. And growing up in an urban environment,
understand that, yeah.
she actually made us pay rent. Like I was 16 years old. I was in 12th grade, So I always knew that like the way I was raised, first and foremost, before I could continue answering that question, I just gotta like take care of myself. So I'm not opposed to contributing financially, but just with my luck, I guess those guys in their mindset, because they actually had their fathers who were married to their moms, and in the olden days,
Yeah.
so they were like, this is what we're supposed to do. But nowadays, if I date a guy or something like that, and he's like, don't have it to really do, it becomes, I'm not opposed to contributing because lastly, I want to say, when we think about this is also like something I'm gonna do on my own separate from today. When you really think about it, a lot of times when a woman wasn't contributing financially, it was because like before women's rights, we couldn't even work anyway.
Right.
So it's not like
Valid
we just
point.
always didn't want to work. We couldn't. That's why we fought so hard. You get what I'm saying? So for me, being able to do that, I just feel like you can't also just focus primarily on the man. And me coming out of the marriage that I came out of, it was I wasn't taught this. I had to experience it. He was very financially abusive. So it's like, if the same person you give to feed you, the power to feed you, you give them the same power to starve you. You get what I'm saying?
I've received
so
that, yeah.
I don't ever foresee me not working for myself and contributing.
You should always
because,
have your own
right. But
stash
see,
somewhere.
we say that now, but in the
didn't
olden
know.
days, they didn't preach that. They was like, you get married, the man is gonna take care of you, and they didn't say, because remember we couldn't work back then.
Yeah,
You
but
get what I'm
that's
saying?
what I was taught. Like,
you get what I'm saying? We couldn't.
You
So
put it to the side.
so now that's why I say nowadays we know that.
Yeah.
And I would never teach that to my daughter because of what I'm going through. But me growing up, that's kind of what I was taught. Like I was a housewife with my daughter as well, and she was I was 22 when I had her.
Okay.
Her dad was like 4.5 years older than me. He worked 2 jobs. I was coming out of college. He didn't require me to work. He said, if you don't want it, but I was finishing my undergrad, that like final semester. And he just never, but it was his parents, his father took care of his mom.
You
So,
emulate what you see.
yeah. So for me
exactly. That was his
personally, I
blueprint.
feel like I got lucky with the two, but like right now in present day, I'm not opposed because
You'd be
also
open to it.
yeah, because also looking at the background of our black men in America as well, they weren't born into wealth and riches. You know what I'm saying? So looking statistically,
Or if they were, we're not their cup of tea because we're going to be in different circles. So
but
that's just
the
thing.
majority and looking at how we all, well, when I say all, like let's say we born into this, poverty, right? Based off of systemic racism. So as they gain their bearings, they don't have the financial means at 25 and 30 and 35 to just pay for everything. Sometimes they're just still figuring it out themselves. So when we think of the American dream and that notion of the man paying for everything, to me that's more centered for white people. Our people is not equipped like that. You get what I'm saying? So like I can't expect a guy, let's say I meet him, all of the guys that like, what's the average black man don't make six figures or more. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta like meet him where he at. But you two could do something together as a power couple. You know what I mean? So I look at more of what we could do together and multiply our income versus all of these demands like, oh, he got to do this and he got to be able to buy me a Birkin and he got to be able to,
Bitch,
that's not. Yeah.
Don't buy me no
That's
Birkin.
unrealistic. That's
Can you
unrealistic.
give me another like a business like I don't want
Right.
$15,000 on my arm and a
Right,
small
right.
one at that.
Because we are mature though, but these young city girl minded girls, you
Let
get what
me
I'm
tell
saying?
you.
So yeah.
So before I ask you another question though, there are like black men out there now that do make six figures. There are black men out there that are willing to pay for their woman. They don't look at it as, oh, I'm taking care of you or
Right.
you're mooching off of me.
Right.
They were just built that way to take care of their household because men lead and provide. Am I
Right.
correct?
Yeah, of
right?
course.
So my next question to you is, would you be willing to change your religion for love? Is that an
That is
option
a
for you?
tough question.
Because you know what? Funny enough, I have a personal friend who he won't date anybody. He won't marry. He'll date women of different religions, but if he's going to make you his wife, you have to convert. So are you willing to convert for love?
Okay, so let me just say this. I've seen, before I answer fully, okay? I've seen where two individuals, right, married with different religions, I've seen them respect both of the philosophies. And they are married and they made it work and they were really successful. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Because
a Catholic and a Jew.
And the underlining message, that's what I was trying to tell you in the room. The underlining message and the principles are really the same. You get what I'm saying? So if with the meeting of the minds, you know what I mean? If we could accomplish that, then I could see me, doing it. But I'm not going to accept the Lord Jesus, Christ as my savior. When I know that through my most roughest times, I have had the Holy Spirit talk to me and bring me out of it. Things that I didn't even have video evidence or any type of proof from, but when the Holy Spirit spoke to me, it showed itself true, which allowed me to make the best decision for the best possible outcome for myself. Which, what I'm saying is, had I not had that type of intuition and connection, like with God, I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I would have had that relationship to where He could have guided me. But this is why I feel like intuition, like in spiritual, intuition is important, because we're not always gonna see everything with our eyes and hear everything with our ears. Sometimes you need like that sixth sense. You get what I'm saying? And that a lot of times saving. That's where, for me personally, reading the Bible, like that's where like wisdom comes in. So
so short answer, is that a yes or no? Huh? Sam. Come on, girlfriend. Which one is it?
Listen to me.
Like for me, it's a no. But for you, what's the answer?
I accept. I'm not gonna not love Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a
if the
possibility.
person is asking me to say you don't love Christ and accept him as your, I can't do that because I know what he's done for me.
Amen.
You know,
Listen, I receive that, girl.
I can respect, and like I said, when it comes down to the principles, and because, and let me say this before you move on. I also know there's one guy, or I knew two guys that were atheists, right? They didn't even believe, and they still also though shared the same principles as I did. I didn't date them, but when we would talk, so sometimes some people don't even believe in the higher being. They just feel like these are some of the principles of life in terms of, respect, maturity, being kind, and their life is actually working for them, but they're living in the secular realm. I don't know where they will be in the spiritual realm. You get what I'm saying? I don't know.
I totally get it. Just to share like a little bit with the both of you, I'm single. I think I've asked. We're all single out here. If anybody, no, okay. So I'm single. I've dated a Muslim guy most recently, and my sister hooked me up with a guy he's actually a Christian rapper, heavy into church, and the both of them were like full of shit. They was like literally just trying to fuck up on me, like literally playing in my face and trying to hump me, like with the Muslim guy. We did the whole Ramadan, like okay, I'm praying, blah, blah 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 blah. Went out to dinner. After the third date, he like, yo, the next time we should go somewhere we could just like stretch out and shit. I'm like, what? What the fuck? Okay, no. Then the Christian rapper.
Oh my God.
I never actually had a conversation with him over the phone. We text casually, and then this nigga called me one day and was like, yo, yeah, I'm in Jersey still, and I didn't check out of the hotel because he was at the studio. Well, what the fuck that got to do with me? Why are you telling me this?
Right. So I see.
Why are you telling me this? So this is a Muslim guy and a Christian guy, right? Both trying to fuck on me. Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the religion. Let's take
that's
the
what I'm
religion
saying.
out of it.
It's the morals and your principles. That's my whole point. That's
and your character. Like,
because
and sometimes you could think just because, we meet on Christian Mingle or somebody vouches for you because you think, oh my God, I just know him to be like a really good guy. He always goes to church and he's a Christian rapper. Now I mean he don't want to fuck.
So check it, right?
Please.
What I got from both, you said the average man, black man is now out here making six figures. You can find you a street nigga. I mean, he got about 6 figures.
Right,
Samantha. Got 6 figures. So I look at it like it's about where you meet certain people at, right? And then here it is. You said that, you met the Muslim dude and the Christian rapper.
They both
not everybody gonna be looking to push up on you. So it's like, so what I get from both is about where you'll meet these guys at, right? Because whole world.
One was online, and the other one was like, "Oh my gosh, she used to work with my ex-wife." And
so let me
because you don't know the person, but the image of them. Oh, I just know him to be really great. He goes to church. He's a Christian rapper, so you just know the persona, but you don't really know the actual layers. Once you start opening the book, like. This nigga full of shit.
Right.
All right, wait.
Because the book title might be good until
right.
you're like,
hello.
But let me add to what
Christian niggas who want to fuck.
Like me personally, I actually attract a lot of high earning men. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like the money. That's why I had to. That's why I was trying to give you both, speaking in general, for those who may not attract the high earning men. I don't have a problem attracting men that make a lot of money. They seek me out. I don't go and say, I'm not on any website. You know what I mean? I don't know what they make until I meet them, but they sought me first. So like with my ex-husband and my daughter's father, they both make, even 6 figures. Like that's not a problem with me personally meeting a high value. I mean, I've dated an Italian guy before.
Don't say high value.
When I mean high earner.
Right,
high earning.
yes.
Like I don't even want to go through some of the guys that, and what they do. I'm just saying, to answer that main question, I'm just saying if I do meet somebody who is not in the mindset, because he can't afford to pay, because, with inflation and everything, if he can't afford it, that's not going to be like, oh, this is off the table because you can't pay. This is what I'm used to and you can't pay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm willing to still do my part financially. That's what the ultimate message that I want you to
Okay,
get.
so you don't mind going
So-
halfsies.
A lot of time, that mindset.
Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry, before
But
you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind.
wouldn't-
But when you say like the dinners, in my mind, I don't see a relationship really working where the guy's like, "It's your turn to pay half." I see it. Whereas if he paid
when
for
the
dinner
check
this time,
comes, it's $250.
No,
Give
but
me
I'm-
$125.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like in a natural like relationship where you're both contributing, most times it'll be, "Oh, babe, I got it." Not, "Oh, we every single time we go out." And then next time he may have, you know what I mean?
No, I was
like
talking
that.
about
It'll.
every single.
I can't even fathom somebody even being like that. But
Balky,
you know,
do you prefer to treat your women, or are you on the halfsies life?
Nah, I treat because I don't even know. I can't. Me personally, it's been an issue for where I won't even accept certain things from women. It's like I done probably been involved with single mothers, right? And it may be around a birthday or for something they want to do for me, and I'll be like, nah, just do for your child. Like I don't want to take from that, even though I don't care how much money they making or what they have, but it's been hard for me to accept something from women in general, like a single parent. I'm like, nah, just because I know regardless if I'm helping out or dealing with you, it's still hard for me to accept something because I know it's always something to do for yourself and your child. You know what I'm saying?
Did you grow up with your father?
Well, not necessarily. So my dad passed away when I was 9.
Okay.
And him and my mom was separated.
Okay.
So I would say really who my dad was, like my granddad and my grandmother, they was married and they lived in a household together out in Queens.
Okay.
So a lot of values of having a wife and living together, I learned from there. And then on my mom's side, my grandmoms didn't have a husband. So, we grew up as grandma, and my other
Strong black
siblings.
woman.
Yeah, you got my mom, got my grandmother, I got my siblings, you got cousins in and out. You know what I mean? Rather than in Queens with my grandparents, it was just
Structure.
Yep. So it was like different. My grandmother showing me how to do this, my grandfather showing me how to do that, how to keep up a home and
they
being
didn't teach
a
you about
provider.
sex?
Nope. Only thing was just like, hey, you know what? Don't have sex until you're married. So
And you know what? That's so wrong because you know what? I did last year an episode with my millennials. I did my the producer's son, my stepdaughter, my niece, and my goddaughter. And what really hit home for me is that they said, you know what? Growing up, I really didn't see my parents showing affection to each other. I don't remember seeing y'all kissing and hugging and saying y'all love each other, but I know how to argue. I know how to win that fight. Like I know how to be combative.
Right.
And you think about it because I was taught, don't kiss in front of the kids. Don't let them be like, but why not? That's love. Love is beautiful. Sex is beautiful. It's natural when you're doing it with somebody that you love. It's not just like, I feel like if you're in a committed relationship, yes, but if you're not, like have sex responsibly, but you should tell me why. Like, what's the why? Not like, just don't do it. Like, you know how I learned about sex? My mother was like, to my older sister, I know you fucking pass the ketchup.
Okay.
Oh, you having sex? What is that? Really? That's the outburst. Ain't nobody raising no babies. You better wrap it up. Huh?
Man.
No, sit down and talk.
Am I,
Teach me how to put on a condom. Teach me how to put on a condom.
In my community,
I don't have a penis, but you should teach me how to do it.
I kind of went to school a little early. So like in 6th grade, I probably was like 11. But some of the girls were retained and they should have been 8th grade and they were having babies in 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I know those girls.
Yeah. So I just saw in the environment, you know what I'm saying?
But who was teaching us? Like
nobody
saw, but nobody
spoke
like
to me.
Taboo.
Yeah, my mother she never said nothing about a bird or a bee.
Right.
She just now my brothers, because I had like the 5 older brothers in the community, they didn't really teach me anything either. They just, I don't know. I just knew what I couldn't do. Like I don't know how. Like I knew like if it was somebody living upstairs or across the street. Now, I actually some of my peers they would tell me stuff.
Of course,
and
that's what I learned about sex.
I was a secret keeper
From
because
Glow.
remember, you know what?
She gonna be like, what? I didn't teach you. Yes,
You know-
her and her sister.
You know, I wanted the sisterhood, so I wasn't gonna tell their business. So if they was like a year or two older than me or 3, the girls, would tell me
Yeah,
stuff.
you ask questions,
and I'm just like,
how did you do it?
Yeah,
Did you lay on your
okay.
back? Did you put your legs up? Did it hurt?
I don't know. I always found like one of my cousins, somebody, and they was always watching like a sex
Porn.
tape or something.
See, boys have,
So,
but,
yeah.
but do
and-
women want that shit
I
that
used
you
to
see in the
hear-
porns?
I used to hear like my cousin say like, "Oh, yo, he blew her back out," and I be like, and so in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, that's how you blow somebody's back out?" Like, and like as I getting older, I remember it had that Snoop Dogg. It was a Snoop Dogg
Oh my
porn tape,
gosh.
and I remember I had that joint. You know, wait, get home from school. Like, oh man, like,
Balky,
I mean-
do women want that? Do women actually want what you saw in those sex tapes? Do we want that?
some do.
It depends on.
I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know. I can't
you
call
gotta
it. You know.
specify. Yeah, I'll
Was
try
it- did you
anything
see-
about once.
no.
But you got to be specific.
listen.
Like, do we want that? Like, no.
No,
I
wait,
don't-
no, wait.
it's
But did you
so
see
aggressive.
love making or did you see just fucking? Like,
Right,
was it which
because-
one?
But you know, you got to
You
see
gotta-
that from show. You know, you got to see that on Showtime. You know, there was like, you know,
What was your takeaway though? What did you like gather? Like, what was your form? Like, oh no, I'm gonna do the hardcore.
Nah,
I'm gonna
I
do the
just-
soft
That's what he was going to do. What he said.
What?
nah,
did
I
women-
used to look at it like, oh, all right, that's what's happening. So I got to see like, you got to see some hardcore on the tape. Then you know, late at night on HBO or Cinemax or something, you see something like kind of smooth and
So, but wait,
soft
though.
and everything. But
So over the years, did you learn?
Yeah,
that
like
Yeah.
what
was
do
different.
women want?
I'm sure you learned now what women really want versus what you saw.
Yeah,
Some of the you learn.
It's a mixture.
Yeah.
It is
it's
a
a
mixture.
mixture.
It is
It's
a
that.
mixture.
because it all depends. Like, you know, your person you may have that night is a turn up
Yeah.
night. Then you might have one night that's like, you know,
Yeah,
baby, I miss
yeah.
you, smooth, passionate. You know, look you in your eye, don't cry type of.
Right.
Not looking in your eye, don't cry.
Okay.
I'm taking a drink
Okay.
today.
Oh my gosh, guys, I just want to say we're coming to an end. Before we go, like I said, these are 2 entrepreneurs sitting before me. And Samantha, I would like you to share what you have going on currently.
Whew. Okay. Well, first, I want to say that in December,
Uh-huh.
provided all goes well,
This month, December.
yes, I will be finishing up my last 2 classes for my master's in information technology,
All right, Queen.
and I'm working on 2 other children's books,
Okay.
and I'm thinking about putting.
This is a published author that you're sitting next to, FYI. That book is on Amazon. She's going to tell you how we can get it. So this is not the first book she'll be publishing, but
Well, yes, it's not the first book. I'm going to relaunch the first one.
Okay.
So the first one is called Little Laborer's Town. And I'll give you a quick synopsis. So me as an educator for, I'm not even going to say how many years, I've come to identify the deficit, in education in terms of the lack of diversity in our diversity education. So like normally when I would teach English language arts to my elementary school students, when it came time for Multicultural Heritage Month, we would have like, one book on Hispanics and one book on Chinese or one book on, African American for them. So, but I've never seen for their age group diverse characters of different ethnicities. So in order for them to like see how we work together in the world, I put a book together where we have multicultural characters in the same book achieving the same goal, playing. It's written in a rhyme scheme. The book is called Little Laborer's Town and it's on Amazon. And I have 2 kind of like sequel books to that book that I'm working on as well.
okay. Amazing. And Balky, last but not least, please share what Bulk Vision is, right? Did I
Balk's
pronounce-
Vision.
Balk's Vision. And tell the viewers what you do and the services you offer.
Photographer/videographer. We're gonna get it together. Even if you don't have a vision, you're gonna go with Balk's vision. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it together for you. We're gonna get some nice shots. We're gonna show you good side. We're gonna take away that bad side. We're gonna film and we're gonna create something and that you gonna love. So you can see me on Instagram for right now. I don't have like a Facebook or anything, but a lot of people word of mouth.
You only need one social media
Right,
platform. I can't
right.
deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like maybe see what Tuesday. I'm kind of like well rounded. So like Tuesday, I catch guys that probably that was granted clemency,
Okay.
and I go
wow.
up to the prisons and I catch them when I want to come out,
Oh,
record
amazing.
through certain foundations, and they'll give me a call and I'll drive up to the prison. And
How did you start that? That's amazing.
I just got locked in with certain. It's about making new friends, and people have platforms and foundations, and you build these relationships, and they see that you good person and you deliver
I love that.
and being consistent.
Paying it forward.
And
Yes.
what I said I'm going to do and what I said I'm going to deliver, I deliver. So I became reliable, and we've been working ever since. It all started from when I went to film school. I went to New York. New York Arts Institute, and then I went to New York Film Academy. But you stop and you feel like you didn't have the confidence and everything. But I'm fully
You
fully
got it
loaded.
now.
I'm fully
Okay
loaded. I got
now.
it together. So
All right.
full speed ahead. I was just telling her that I'm gonna start probably get back into writing scripts and everything. Everything. We doing everything.
Tell the viewers how they can book your services. Are you affordable? Because my sister is getting married this year. I'm like, what kind of gift I want to get her?
But when I talk to a client, I like to, ask them, what's their budget, right? It depends on like what we gonna do, and we go work, right?
Okay.
So we taking pretty much all money, right? We're not turning nothing down.
Okay.
And if
you
I,
have a team or is it just
I got a
you?
team, but it's me.
Okay.
I got a team
Okay.
for right now. Even like my team, we gonna be doing. I got like a photo booth. I got 360 photo booths. So it's like I don't really want to do it. I have it.
Yeah.
But I got my team. They're gonna go out and go do it. So
Okay.
we formulating something real good here.
I need
with my
personal
peoples.
touch. If I'm hiring you, I don't want the team to come.
Got everything. I got everything.
Okay,
I'm gonna come.
okay.
You want to request me personally? Then I'm coming.
We'll talk off.
All right.
Okay.
Got it.
Yes. So Samantha, where can they find the first book? Is it okay for them to purchase the first book, or you want them to get the one that you're about to relaunch?
Oh, they can get the first book.
And where can we get that book?
It's on Amazon.com.
All right.
Little Laborers Town.
Little
So it'll
Laborers
say-
Town on Amazon. Get that book, okay?
Straight like that.
And you want to hit up Samantha. You want to hit up Balky. Again, shout out to my entrepreneurs who are dipping and
Yep.
doing it, the 40 plus crew. Again,
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much. It's been an amazing year. And shout out to all of my viewers. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, rate those episodes wherever you stream your podcast, and
Yeah, hit the
shout
thumbs
out
up.
to
Hit the
me.
like button.
Hello.
That's right, that's right,
yes,
that's right.
yes.
Yeah, thumbs up. Hit the like button. Tell them spin that bread or get left on red.
Hello. That's
Hello.
right.
Spin that bread or get left on red. That's it.
What he said. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.
Right.